Hi, welcome to the 2025 Kindergarten Beginners Day for Idlewild Elementary.
Hello, future kindergarten families. My name is Mrs. Stewart, and I am the proud principal of Idlewild Elementary. We are so excited to welcome you to the Idlewild Eagle community. Today, you will meet the fabulous kindergarten team. You will learn more about what your child's school experience will be like in the fall and everything you need to know to prepare them over the summer months to have them ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, and we will see you around campus soon.
Idlewild's vision is to empower all to be extraordinary. We are committed to sustaining an enthusiastic culture, high expectations, and building genuine relationships. Our administration team is Miss Stewart, our principal, Miss Payne and Miss McBride, our assistant principals, and Mr. Doerr, our dean of students. This is our wonderful kindergarten team: Miss Hall, Miss Pooley, Miss Jones, Miss Underwood, Miss McGregor, Miss Blanche, Miss Adames, and Miss Cohen. This is our student services team. We are grateful to have Miss Dobbs, our school social worker, who is here 4 days a week. And we have Miss Rasco and Mr. Pauly, who are our school counselors, who are here 5 days a week, supporting kindergarten through 5th grade. Our front office staff is Miss Plyler, who is our senior administrative secretary, and Miss Mejia, who is our registrar. Our magnet team is Miss Brudd, our lead TD Catalyst teacher, and myself, Miss Helms, who is the LITD coordinator and also serves as the K1 academic facilitator. Our sensational school is very proud of our diversity of our students and staff. We come from many different places and represent over 40 different countries and 24 different languages. We really believe this makes our place a special school, and we incorporate that into our school community and our curriculum choices. At Idlewild, we have an Eagle Pride plan to support positive behavior choices. We are built on the 3 pillars of success: respect, responsibility, and safety. And the students are awarded those points for those showing areas of growth in those areas. We also use this as a way to celebrate their successes with a variety of mid-quarter and end-of-quarter celebrations, receiving positive referrals when they go above beyond expectations and additional prize. We focus on the team motto that we do, that together we can achieve more, and we strive for our greatness here at to make Idlewild Eagles soar. We are a partial magnet school. We were awarded the #1 magnet in the nation in 2017 out of over 4,000 schools, and that was for our work spreading our magnet theme across the school, wall to wall. Our magnet theme is for academically and intellectually gifted, providing a rigorous curriculum for students who are performing above their age-appropriate peers. We are a uniform school, and that uniform is a Carolina blue, navy, or white top and khaki or navy bottoms. The top does not have to have a collar. It can be just as long as it is a solid color in these 3 options. They can wear pants, jumpers, shorts, skirts, skirts, just as long as they are the solid color. Shoes are encouraged to be an athletic or a leather shoe, something with a closed toe, so that for during active time that we we are following safety protocol. We have school spirit wear that is through the PTA, and that can be purchased to support the school, and students can wear that at any time. Here's a little of what to expect next year as a kindergartner. This is a typical day in kindergarten. We are an 8:45 start time. The tardy bell rings at 9:15 for student arrival. The students have their morning announcements and they move into special areas classes for an hour. And those classes rotate among media, music, art, PE, minds in motion, and SEL, our social emotional learning class with our counselor, Miss Roscoe. Students will start with a literacy module lesson. This is a whole group reading lesson. Then they will move into small group instruction. Lunch is typically around 11:30 to 12, and they have 30 minutes for lunch. And then they will come back and they will move into skills, which is practicing their phonics, then a skills workshop where they are practicing it. And then they have a 30-minute recess. And then they move into, after recess, move into math, where they receive a whole group lesson on their concept. And then they move into a workshop where they are working in the centers. They have a healthy, active movement break, an additional smaller chunk of time for PE, science and social studies. Then they wrap up the day with a social emotional learning and closing circle before our 4:15 dismissal. In literacy, we use the L curriculum. This curriculum involves a module lesson which to establish reading comprehension through text based on a certain theme. We move through 4 modules in kindergarten, starting with toys. Then we move into a weather unit. Then we do a trees and life cycle unit, and then with a additional trees unit where we are really focusing on their contribution to to our to us as humans. And then there's during skills block, they are practicing foundational literacy or phonics based skills. We use Orton Gillingham, which is a multisensory phonics approach, and we also use the Haggerty program, which is a routine based daily practice with phonics, focusing on rhymes and onsets and utilizing the phonics rules. In science, we work on the 5 senses and observations, positional words, force and motion, living versus non-living objects, and the weather. Our social studies units are based on need and wants, roles in our society, various cultures, geography, and the beginning of economics. In math, we use the Open Up curriculum. This is a curriculum that is based on problem-based learning and visual learning through manipulatives to build a conceptual understanding of math concepts. Students work through math games in a center format to practice these, and these skills scaffold upon each other to build an understanding. A large part of this curriculum is academic conversation and allowing students to explain and understand the concept and discuss it in an academic way with their peers. Our school year will begin Monday, August 25th, 2025 for next school year. Our school hours are 9:15 to 4:15. Students may begin arriving as beginning at 8:45. Dismissal starts at 4:15 and all car riders must be picked up by 4:30. We do staggered entry in kindergarten, and that is during those first 3 days, starting on Monday the 25th. Your student will be assigned one of those days, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. They will come to school and there will be a small number of students in their class with 2 teachers, and they will do beginning of the year assessments. They'll get to experience the school and kindergarten in a small group setting. And then on Thursday, you will receive a call from your newly assigned classroom teacher. We do this so that the students can all come to school. We can do a baseline assessment and make the classes equitable. And then the whole class will start on that Friday. Some of the things that we are looking in that early learning inventory is we are looking at writing skills, if they are able to write their name, letter and sound recognition, basic counting skills, shape and color identification, and sight word recognition. If you have not already registered your kindergartner, the registration packet is available online on CMS's homepage, or you can pick it up from any of your any home school. You will need a birth certificate, two proofs of Mecklenburg County residency, and on the website, it will give you different options that you can use, a current immunization record, and a health assessment. Your student must be 5 before August 31st to enter kindergarten of that year. The immunizations and health care requirements, as outlawed by North Carolina policy, is that students must have a completed health assessment and the required immunizations within the first 30 days of the school year. These are the basic immunizations that most students will have before they turn 5. If you are on a delayed immunization schedule, you may need to talk to your doctor or the health department to get that updated. After the 30 days, if any student does not have this documentation or proof that they are working on it, they will be excluded. If there are any religious or other reasons that you are choosing not to immunization, you will have to have that documented as well. And our school nurse, who is on campus 4 days a week, Nurse Shayla, will help you along with that process. Medications, if they are needed at school, they must be provided and brought into the school nurse so that they can properly be stored in our building. And you must have a medical authorization form from the doctor. Even if this is a medication that is not administered daily, if it is as needed, it still has to have the authorization form. We are lucky to have a partnership with Atrium Health, and we have an on-site teledoctor, where if a student is having certain symptoms here at school, maybe an earache or sore throat or such, with parent permission, they can see the telepath provider here on campus. We have a certified medical assistant who will perform the doctor visit online with a doctor at Atrium, and they can even go as far as calling in prescriptions and providing medicines here at school. So it is a wonderful partnership that is available to students, staff, and parents. So things that you can do to help get your kindergartner ready for kindergarten is read with your child daily, talk about the story, what happens at the beginning, middle, and end, who are the characters. They can start reading sight words, which will give you some examples on the next slide. Practice recognizing the letters. And you can do this, doesn't have to be a sit down and do it through a workbook type scenario. It can be identifying things that we see on the signs and out when we are out and about. One of the most commonly known letters for young children is the letter M, and that is from seeing it on the McDonald's sign. So practicing it out when you are in the car and when you're in the stores and so forth. Writing their names and writing the different letters of the alphabet, counting in the numbers 0 through 30, being able to recognize and write the numbers 0 through 10, recognize colors and shapes. And one of the biggest things you can help your child is working on personal skills so that they are able to tie their own shoes, button their buttons, hold a pencil, cut with scissors, open a juice box, things like that, zip their jackets and so forth so that they are a little bit more independent once they enter kindergarten. These are some of the sight words, and sight words are words that don't follow phonics rules. A lot of these words come from Old English, and so they don't follow our current phonics skills, or they are used frequently, and students need to become fluent readers. They need to recognize them immediately versus sounding them out because of their frequency. So some of the things you may hear your student talk about next year is we are a movement and mindfulness school, and movement is built in through the day every 20 minutes so that students are working on crossing their midline and refreshing so that they are engaged and ready to learn. We truly try to build classroom communities and classroom discussion. And so we're working on writing and using and celebrating our learning. And you'll see in some of these pictures, we have our module celebrations where we celebrate at the end of the quarter the things the students have been writing and working on. Your student will get to go on field trips. And we are getting ready in a few weeks to head to the strawberry patch. These field trips change year to year based on availability. We've done things like the Nature Museum and the Pumpkin Patch and farms. We like to get the children's environment to get them out into nature and out learning outdoors. Our activities are built around hands-on. So again, we're getting that movement on and manipulation. We get to celebrate our students' learning and things like the 100th day. We also celebrate seasonal, we have a fall party, a winter party, and a friendship party around Valentine's Day. We do school spirit weeks 3 times a year where the students will get to dress up. They will have things like Tacky Day and Rainbow Day and Winter Holiday Day and Backwards Day. So those are all things that our students enjoy. This is our current kindergarten supply list, and you will receive this at the beginning of the school year with your welcome back packet, and will also be posted online. These are some resources that Charlotte Mecklenburg Library provides to students who are going to kindergarten. We would love for you to get involved, and the Idlewild Elementary PTA is small but mighty, and they always have different opportunities for you to get involved and benefit our school, create connections, and be a part of your students' learning. There is a QR code here if you would like to link up. Also, they have social media, and that is another great way to follow them at PTA Idlewild. Once your student is here, you will be connected through Parent Square. Once your student is enrolled in a class, this is a great way to be able to see what's going on in your child's classroom, message with the teacher, and see our weekly newsletter. We also have a remind text where that's once you're enrolled next year, you'll get a number to connect with that so that you get the reminders like tomorrow is picture day and so forth. I encourage you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. It's a great way to see what's going on in the building and events that are happening and see your student at work. And always you'll be able to connect with us on our school website, which has information about school supply list, connections to teacher emails, and so forth. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we can't wait to see you around the Eagle Nest.